you doing? What is all that noise on this phone line? I sure hope this is sound of people running in lines and sign up with Team Effort Network. I sure hope that's what I'm hearing, because there should be a great big old long line of people waiting to sign up with Team Effort Network. Welcome, family, to Motivational Monday. How are you doing? You have down into the Team Effort Lifestyle Call, and this is your host, Pastor Inspiration with my business partner, One Star, Pastor Del Wafer. Family, the line is open. Please introduce yourself. But before we do this, there's some noise in the background. I need you to mute out if that noise is coming from you. Just please start. Six that and mute out. Sounds like a big old washing machine, or somebody got boots on it too big or something. Go ahead, fella. Introduce yourself. Where are you calling it from?
Millionaire in the making, Sheila Taylor McDuffie from Atlanta, Maryland. Welcome back, Pastor Denise.
Woo! Hey, Miss Sheila, making that million, girl. How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you?
I'm up and ready to go. I'm ready to go.
I know that's right. I know.
Good to hear you this morning. Welcome to the call.
Thank you. Home today.
Yeah,
I'm home today. Come on, family. Keep it coming. Who's with us this morning?
Shakina Day, Atlanta, Georgia.
Woo! Miss Shakina Day. What's up, lady? How are you?
I'm doing good. Doing wonderful.
Great. Good to hear you this morning. Keep it coming, family. Keep it coming.
California.
All right, Don. What's going on in California, Don? What y'all doing out there?
It's just all about trim. I like it. I love it. I gotta have it. That's what it's all about.
Gotta have it. Folks are loving the trim. Folks are loving the trim. I tell you, they're loving it. Can't wait to get it. Keep it coming, family. Who's with us? Go right here and introduce yourself. Who's with us this morning? Go right ahead and introduce yourself, family.
Rita Jackson from Maryland.
Hey, Angela. How are you?
I'm doing just great. How you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Great.
Keisha Melford, Berkeley, California.
Woo, Keisha! Thank you, lady. How are you this morning?
I'm great. We miss you so much. Glad to have you back.
But I heard you knocked it out. I heard you knocked it out the ball field, bro. I heard you did.
Your team is amazing. I'm just going to say that.
I heard you showed up and showed out.
To God be all the glory. It's this company. It's this business.
It is. Thank you so much, Keisha. Appreciate that, lady.
Thank you, Stephen. Thank you so much. It was my pleasure.
The conference is now in presentation mode. Your line is muted.
Back when like I said earlier, I sure hope this is down of hundreds and thousands of people running to get in line to sign up for Team Effort Network. Because, family, if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, and that's simply just sharing all the great news that Mel Gill brought to this call last week. Were you guys on that call? What was it, last Monday or Wednesday? I can't remember what day it was. I said, my goodness, did Mel lost his mind? I mean, we went to bed, somebody went to bed a 1-star and woke up a 2-star. Somebody went to bed and didn't even know you were a 1-star. My goodness, if Mel is not pouring it out, family. Have you ever heard that phrase, the windows of heaven just open and will pour you out a blessing that you will not have room to receive? Okay, let's think about that. Blessings are being poured out upon you. Are you reaching up to take it? Are you receiving? Are you taking advantage of what is being thrown your way? You know what? You're in that world right now. I think I heard Mel say before, you know, that world that you keep praying about, that you keep dreaming about, that you want to be a part of. You're in that world right now. So stop and look around. You are there. You made it. Now, what are you going to do with it? Because it's up to you. Everything that you ever so desired and dreamed of having, it's in the palm of your hand. It's right there in your hand. You got to make it happen. You got to go to work. You got to make the duplicate system work because it is yours for the taking, and it's up to you what you're going to do with it. This is phenomenal. I want you to start listening to that voice on the inside of you that's telling you you can do better. You can do better. Are you kidding? Everything that Mel and Amy Gill is offering us, have you ever really sit down to write it out, to look at what you have? Have you looked at the duplicatable system? Have you looked at the power tube? Have you looked at this compensation plan? I mean, have you really looked at the value of the product that we have? A product that says, I work, a compensation plan that says, I work, a company that is 12 years strong, has been paying paychecks for the last 12 years, every Wednesday nonstop. Have you really looked to see the value of what you have in your hand? And if you have not, I would suggest that you write it out. Just write it out yourself. Even if you've seen the presentation, take a pen and pad and write it out yourself so that you can see what it is you have. So listen to that voice that says you can do better, because you can do better. Listen to the voice that says you have to move outside of your borders. It's time to stretch now, family. It's time to stretch big time. You called your friends, you called your neighbors, you called your co-workers, you called people in your neighborhood. Well, now it's time to dream big. Go after those big dreamers. Go after the ones that are hungry, the ones that are looking for this opportunity. You're going to have to stretch big time. You have to go in places you never thought you were going before and reach those folks out there that's looking for something that we have. You have to go into that building, that big old office building you walk past every day, and you wonder what's going on in there. And you just go in that building and ask for the CEO and tell the CEO what you got in your hands, and I bet you get the whole building signed up. You know, listen to that voice and tell you, don't be lazy. Don't be lazy. You can't afford to be lazy right now. If you get tired, you feel like quitting, get that B boost and boost yourself up and get out there and get busy. This is not the time to get lazy. Not right now. Not with the company going $50 million in the next 18 months. You better look at what you have in your hands and listen to the voice to tell you you can do it, because you can. You've done some things before, so you can do it again. You can do it even bigger, at a bigger scale. Listen to that voice that says, ask her, ask him, ask them. Why not? What do you have to lose by not asking? The same thing when you get a prospect. What do they have to lose by not taking the vitamin free? What do they have to lose by not taking the trim by 10? They have a lot to lose. But what do you have to lose by not asking them? You have a lot to lose by not asking, because we have a simple, duplicatable system. It is simple. It is easy. You just have to believe in yourself, believe in your team, and just tie those shoes up, put those shoes on, lace them up, and get busy, family. Get busy. It's laying before you. It's in your hand. It's too simple. It's too easy. It's too easy. It's too easy. Come on, family. Let's do this thing big time. Memo's team is blowing up. Congratulations, Memo. Congratulations, West Coast, for what you guys are doing. You see the big picture, and you're making it happen. Every team and team at the network, I don't care where you're located, should be blowing it up. 100, 200, 300 people should be signing up every week in Team of the Network. Why? Because people are out here looking for what we have. And all we have to do is never stop sharing. Never stop looking for those aces. Even if you think you have your 4 aces, get another 4 aces. And after you get another 4, get another 4. Because you know what? Those aces are going to get another 4. And then those aces are going to get another 4. And before you know it, you're going to be able to do all the things that you so desire, all that your dream desire, all that your heart desire. You're going to be able to do it. And it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun to do it. Well, let me catch my breath. I'm just so excited. Mel just poured it on us last week, and I was on the call last week because I was really enjoying the fruit of my labor. Let me tell you what I did, family. Listen, I signed up for this class at Howard University. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am, I did. I'm just going to be everything I can be. Why not? But you know the beauty behind it? This class costs almost $6,000 for just one class. $6,000. But guess what? I was able to get it, and I was able to pay for it. And you know why? Why? Because of Team Effort Network. You know, Mel told us several months ago, he said when those weekly checks come, you know, those weekly cycle checks and your fast start checks and your and your team builder bonus checks. He said, when those weekly checks come, he said, put them aside. He said, save it up. Don't go out and spend it. He said, pay your bills off and put that money aside. And I heard him when he said that. Because I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to confess it. When my little fast off bonus was coming in, I was spending it about as quick as it would come in. But I heard Mel said, put those weekly checks aside. And so that's exactly what I did. I started just putting them aside because, I mean, I wasn't getting them before. It was not like I desperately needed to spend it right away. So I just started saving up those weekly checks. And you know what? They add up. It adds up. So when this course came around and they said it was about $6,000, I was able to get it because of Team Effort Network, because of the money that I've made in Team Effort Network. And family, you can do the same thing. Whatever you want, whatever you desire, put those weekly bonus checks aside, and before long, you're able to do those things. Okay, let me bring one out speaker for today. I'm sorry, I'm just so excited. But let me thank Keisha Milford. Keisha, thank you so much, sweetheart. You did such an excellent job on the call last week, hosting us Monday through Wednesday. We so appreciate you. It was such a blessing to have you on. Everyone really enjoyed you and spoke highly of you, so you are so appreciated in that. And it's Motivational Monday, so let's bring it out, Coach NikishaBond. Nikisha, are you there? Woo! What's up, lady? What's up, Nikisha? I miss you, girl.
Oh, my goodness, Pastor Denise. You know, that was so funny about that call last week because I got the email and I'm just like, oh, this is weird. You know, we just had a call. So, okay, we'll just go ahead and tune in on this call. I had no idea that Mel was going to drop the bomb on us like he did. I'm sitting there and I have my notes and I've got notes on top of notes on top of notes. I said, is he out of his mind? He is, and I love it. I'm not going to tell him to stop. But I was out. Are you still blown away? We're going on the Disney cruise. I can just tell you that. That's always been a dream of mine, to go on the Disney cruise for our 10-year anniversary. It was our 10-year anniversary this year. And so I was just tickled pink. You guys have no idea what he just did for us on that call. If you guys weren't there, that's why we got to be on every call, right, Pastor Denise? We got to be on every single call. You never know when dimes and diamonds are going to be just dropped in like that.
You're so right, Nikisha, because I tell you, I didn't hear about the call really until the last minute because I was in class all day. And it was really, maybe an hour or two before the call. So I know some people said, well, you know, who's going to be on the call? I don't know who's going to be on the call. And some people didn't take advantage of that. But I jumped right in. Anytime you get a message from corporate to be on a call or to do whatever it is that they need you to do, you just need to do it. Don't ask questions. It's for you. Don't see who else is going to do it. You get your little pound on that call and you find out what's going on. Because Mel Gill just took it to a whole new level. I mean, he just brought it out this year. I don't know what's going on with Mel. Must be that trend by 10.
I think it's a trip. I too. I was thinking the same thing. And, you know, that just goes to show, if you guys didn't get the message, make sure you connect. Go to Team Effort Network Facebook page, Twitter account. They're always posting several times a day. And so if you want to get updated with the latest stuff coming from corporate, please make sure that you get connected on the Facebook page. But, Pastor Denise, I want to get you excited. I want to talk about this training today because ever since he said it, I've had this in my mind from when Memo said it. Hello, momentum. Here we are. Oh, my goodness. And you think that it can't get any better, and it does. And I'm just blown away. And Vicky Soto was posting on Facebook. Now we have over 12 different ways of getting paid. You guys, it's out of control. And you guys know what momentum is, right? Momentum is what means that why you have to apply the brakes versus just getting off the accelerator. See, the goal in this business is not to keep working. We don't want to keep working. We've been working all of our lives. Am I right, people? We've been working all of our lives. Now it's time to sit back, relax, and enjoy. And when you get to that stage of momentum, think about it. If you're a car and you're driving down the highway, you start going down a hill, all you got to do is just get off that brake, get off that gas, and you'll just start going and going and going and going even faster. And now you're not doing anything. You're not applying the brake. You're not applying the gas. You're just coasting on your own momentum. And that's the reason why we always talk about taking that massive action, because the goal is to get you to that state of momentum where you don't even have to take any more action, where you can take a week off and your checks get bigger, where you can take time off and do whatever it is that you want to do and still continue to earn residual income. And so that's why this is so exciting, you guys. And so in order to build momentum, like I said, you have to take action. You want to have a lot of momentum in your organization, you got to take massive action. And now here's the key, though. We have to make sure that we don't confuse motion with momentum. Mm-hmm. We all know people who say that they're busy, right? Oh, I'm so busy. I'm just so busy. I'm so busy. I'm so busy. And then you look at them and there's nothing. You like, what are you busy doing? I don't know. I don't get it. Does it just take you longer? I'm not sure. I don't understand. And so that's why it's really, really important, because there's a lot of people who are very active. They're moving around. They're doing a lot of stuff, and they look like they are busy, and they're making action. They're taking action that's going to cause momentum. But really, they're just moving stuff around, moving the corner papers from other corners of the desk, right? Not actually really cleaning the desk. And so it's really important that we don't mistake motion with momentum, because you can be moving, but that doesn't mean that you're catching that momentum. Here's another thing that you have to think of. You know, one of the things about network marketing that's really interesting to me, I have to say now, instead of disappointing, it used to be disappointing, but now it's just interesting, is that all the people that you're talking to today, within the next 2 years, 80% of the people that you've talked to will have bought something for you or joined your organization. 80%, but over a year. Do you see how that works? And now, this used to bother me when I first started, right? Because I think it was a one-to-one, right? I tell you, you get it, and you join. That's what I thought it was supposed to be. But that's not what it is, right? Because timing plays such an important part of this. So what I'm trying to say to you before we get into a couple of bullet points that I want to talk about creating momentum is, don't discount the people that you talk today just because they didn't join your business. That's why follow up, and I'm like, follow up is so important, because you don't know when the timing is going to be right for someone to join your organization or buy a product from you. And so you are now, making deposits, which later on you're going to be able to cash. Meaning you're talking to people now that might not buy from you today, but they might buy from you later. That's the importance of massive action, right? Because it's a numbers game. We got to get our numbers up. The more numbers you have, the easier it is for you to start to catch momentum. But you don't want to discount, because just because you're talking to people today and they say no, 80% of the time, they're going to say yes within the next year. So it's really important that you nurture some of those leads that you're getting. But let's get back to momentum. How do you create momentum in your organization? If you're sitting here saying, I hear member team and, everybody is so excited and I'm just not seeing it in my organization. Well, I don't get it. Now, we have this platinum upgrade. What does that mean? What should I be doing? Well, here's the first one. Be excited. You guys, we should really be excited about this. You've got to be excited for yourself. People are attracted to that type of energy. You're either going to inspire people or you won't. So you want to make sure that if you're sitting here now and you're kind of depressed, or you're listening to this and you're like, I'm just not feeling the momentum, I don't see what everybody is so excited about. You want to make sure you talk to your sponsor, talk to your team, look at some personal development things, find a way to get yourself excited. And we really should be excited, guys, because now we have something that we didn't have before. We have focus. You guys have to just step back and look at this. And I'm sure Dr. Anita Poole will be able to break down some of the numbers. I'm not a numbers gal, so I'm not going to give it to you like that. But I'm going to tell you, I know that the weight loss industry is a billion-dollar industry. And a lot of it's full of fluff, right? A lot of it's full of stuff that isn't going to help you to lose weight. But now you have a health drink, you have a spray that we already know works, that we already have testimonials on. We're going to combine those together and develop a weight loss system that's convenient and easy for everybody to use. That's something to get really, really excited about. So if you've been talking about the sprays to people for a really long time and everyone's just over you talking about the sprays, now you have an opportunity to really get excited and talk about this new THW weight loss. Because here's the thing, we're not going into this hoping that people are going to lose weight. We already know that people are going to lose weight because people already have lost weight with our amazing Slim Spray. That's why we have a chance to be so excited about this, is because we're launching a new product that we already know works. When most of us have already tasted it and we already know that it tastes good. So you know it works, you know it tastes good. That's something to get excited about. Now, why does excitement create momentum? Because people want to be where people are at. Have you ever been somewhere and you just seen a crew of people and, they're just having their own fun over there? Aren't you just attracted to how excited and full of life they are? No, you don't know anything about what they're talking about. You don't know anything about what they're doing. You don't even know if they have a reason to be excited. But just the fact that they're more excited than you, our human nature is very attracted to that. And so when you come and you talk to people about the best weight loss system that's launched in the last however many years, and you're excited about it because you already know that it works, that's going to create other people to be excited about it. And that's going to be something that you can build your business on. So this is a great time for us, guys, because if you've been lagging in your business, if you've been just been saying, oh, it's been the same old sprays for the last, however long, now you have a chance to be really, 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 really excited about this new THW. And there's so much more to learn, which means there's so much more to share to people about all the different ingredients that we have in there. So as you can tell, Pastor Denise and I are very excited. So we are in no short supply. So if you need anybody to help you get excited, you just make sure you tune into these calls and you'll be able to get all the excitement that you need. Okay, number 2, hurry up. You guys, you guys already saw it with the sprays, right? And it's so funny, right, Pastor Denise? Because Mel was telling us we have a window. We want to make sure we don't lose our window. And it's true. We had a window with the sprays, and then we were first to market, and now people have come into that market. And now we're going first to market into this tasty, healthy weight loss system. We need to hurry up and get the word out quickly. And here's another reason why. Not only because we're first to market and we don't want other people to crowd us in, but because success loves speed. I was listening to a training by Eric Warhe. He does Network Marketing Pro. I don't know if you guys are familiar, but great resource if you guys are looking for some additional training throughout the week. Anyways, he had mentioned that, when you're trying to get a plane off the ground, you can't just put that thing in just a little bit of gear and just start to rev up the engines just a little bit and start just start mowing down the runway. No, you got to put all your firepower behind that, and you got to power that thing off the ground. But then here's the great thing. Once you put all that work and all that energy and all that effort into the very beginning, the rest of the ride is just a coast. They spend most of their energy just trying to get off the ground. But once you're off the ground, you're coasting. And that's where we're at right now, guys. We are putting all of our power, our energy, our focus into getting off the ground, because here's the thing. Everybody on this call is going to be able to ride the wave of success. Let me say that one more time, because you have to really know that that's for you. Everyone, every single person on this call who even should have been on this call is going to be able to ride the wave of success. You can't say that with a lot of companies. Not that their companies aren't good or their compensation plans aren't paying, but that they don't have the timing and the momentum that we have. So you have to hurry up. And think about this. Have you ever had a really great idea and then sat on it for a while, and then after a while it sounds less and less exciting to you? It's the same thing. You have to take something that you're really excited about and set the pace for your team. As a leader, you guys have to set the pace for your team. Your team is going to do what you do. You upgrade, your team is going to upgrade. You have 2 TTPs a week, your team is going to have 2 TTPs a week. You're always going to have to be the leader that you want to follow. And so you have to make sure, are you doing all the things that you need to take your team to the $50 million that we're going for? Are you having enough events? Are you talking to enough people? Are you having blitz calls? If you guys haven't done this, this is a great idea. Get all your team in a room. There's something about everybody being together and creating that synergy. This is absolutely magical. You get everybody into the room, everybody gets their cell phones, and everybody goes on the list and making appointments. You guys just start calling. And let's see who can get the most appointments in an hour, in 2 hours, whatever you want to do. These are all the things that hurry up and speed up the success. Last week, I gave you guys a challenge. Did you contact those 100 people through the message, through the text messages? If you contacted those 100 people hey, you didn't promise me. You're not making promises to me. You're not building my business. You're building your business. Did you make all those 100 text messages? And if you did, right now, you are in massive, massive action right now, trying to book everybody and book all your appointments. And that's what we got to do. We got to hurry up, folks. We don't just have to hurry up because we don't want to be the last one to the party. We got to hurry up because success loves speed. And the faster you can do things, the faster things will happen for you. Number 3, take action. And I say this all the time. And the reason I have to say this is because knowledge without activity isn't helping anyone get into momentum. This is the deception, folks. A lot of people think that because they know that changes things. Because it doesn't change anything. I know a lot of things, and it doesn't change anything for me. I know tons. I know, all sorts of things of how you can make things, how you can fly things, how you can use things, but it doesn't change anything for me. The only thing that changes for me is when I take that knowledge and I put it into action. You got to take action. You got to move. You got to talk to people. You got to share the products. You got to use the products. You got to share your results with people. You got to book your PTPs. These are all things that you got to do. And I say these things not to hurt anybody's feelings. I always do this as just a check. Are you doing the things that you have to do? Because you can sit here and you can listen to me and say, you know what, Nikisha, that sounds really good. I know I'm supposed to do that, and that sounds like a great idea. And it can sound like a great idea until the cows come home. It won't change anything in your life. If you want to change, you're going to have to give up something that you're doing now to get something that you don't have. Oh, I said it, Pastor Denise. It's true.
Yep,
I mean, it's what it is. Whether that's TV, whether that's hanging out with your friends, whether it's going out to the park, you're going to have to give up something in order to get the life that you deserve. And here's the thing. You deserve it. Because don't you get tired? Don't you get tired of living less than what you feel that you're capable of? Don't you get tired of making less than you feel like you deserve to make? You know, when you're in a job, you really can only get paid what the company is willing to pay for your services that you're offering. But here, you get the opportunity to pay for as hard as you want to work. You can make as much money as you are willing to work for. And Mel has made it so easy for you now that all you have to do is go out there and share the product. Give them the website. Use the tool. Sorry, Pastor Denise, I'm getting off my training. Let me go back to my notes. Okay, and then number 4, before we wrap it up. Be consistent and stay focused. Don't get distracted. Guys, I'm going to take each one of these sentences because it's one sentence, but I think all of them are really, really good points. Number 1, be consistent. This is probably the key to why people don't see results in their business. They're not consistent about it. They go and they start talking to people, they start sharing, they start posting, they start doing things, and then they stop. There's something called a tipping point, and I can't tell you what that number is, but there's a tipping point where you've done enough marketing that you start to saturate, and that thing starts to grow on its own. Oh, that's momentum, right? This tipping point is on momentum. Is when you do enough, when you do something enough time that it starts to just run on its own. When you share a post and then all of a sudden you get much likes and lots of engagement. When you're posting things on the web, when you're talking to people and all of a sudden you've perfected your pitch. All of these things happen when you're consistent about the daily method operations of the things that you're going to be doing. We have to be consistent because when you give up, it just starts to pattern. The way you do anything is how you're going to do everything. So if you get up with the focus that you're going to be talking to X amount of people a day and you keep doing that, you're going to see changes in your business. But if you're like, oh, today I'll talk to some people and then maybe 5 days from now I'll talk to maybe another person and then 6 days from now maybe I'll do something. No. You're not going to see the results. You got to be consistent. What else did we say? We said stay focused. Listen, there's so many things that can distract you. Everything can distract you. You know, there's always going to be a new company. There's always going to be something new coming out, something new on the market to get you distracted. Don't get distracted with those things, guys. Stay focused on the goal. Stay laser focused. Because when you put all your energy in one thing, something magical really happens when you're able to laser focus and just lock in on exactly whatever it is that you want. And you put all your energy and all your focus, then you'll start to attract those things to you as well. And you'll start to attract people who are like you. You know, if you're attracting people into your business and they quit and they're just not staying on auto ship, you know, that's not them. That's you. You're setting the example. Oh, Pastor Denise, I know I hurt somebody with that one. I'm not trying to hurt you guys. All I'm trying to do is let's just check ourselves. Because the one thing that we don't want to happen is we don't want 12 months from now this to be an opportunity that you had a chance to run with and you didn't run with. That's one thing that you don't want. Or where you had an opportunity in your life where everything was lined up for you to have success and you didn't just go for it, you know, because you were too afraid or you were too scared or you were too nervous of what people would think about, or this is my X amount of network marketing that I've already tried, or I've already talked to that person about the sprays and they already said no. I can tell you right now, you haven't talked to anybody about THW because THW has been pre-launch. So you now have a reason to go out there and re-talk to whoever you need to talk to. So you want to make sure that you stay consistent with whatever you've been working on. It's like that penny that doubles over time. You might not see it at first, but you keep that consistency up and you're going to see it later. You know, you might not see the momentum in your organization today, but you keep up those TTPs. You keep up talking to people and you're going to see that momentum reach your organization. You may not have had any upgrades today, but you keep on, you do your upgrade. You keep on telling people upgrade's the way to go. You got to get these products. You got to get involved. You got to get this. You want to get access to these type of bonuses. And you're going to start to see those things happen in your group. And so, hello, momentum. We are here. Let's just make sure that we're doing all the activities to take advantage of this awesome opportunity. Back to you, Pastor Denise.
Oh, I love it, Nikisha. Hello, momentum family. I sure hope that you heard that loud and clear. And Nikisha, I couldn't agree with you more when you said that everyone that is in Tina Fit Network right now as we speak will ride this wave of growth. Everyone. But family, this is what I want you to see. As you're riding this wave of growth, do you have everyone on your team that you want on your team so that when you ride this wave of growth, you're really going to benefit from the ride. Some of you are going to ride it, and it's just going to be for the fun of it. It's just going to be, woo, I rode it. But some of you are going to ride this thing. It's going to drop you right down in that pot of $50 million. So as you ride this little growth, the key is to have as many people on board with you. Right, Nikisha? Just have to focus to have as many people on with you. Is that the key?
Absolutely, absolutely. It's always better when we do it together. You want to make sure that everybody that you know, because imagine this, guys. Imagine if 12 months from now your life was totally different. And you're riding on cruises and living in your big house the Team Effort Network is paying for, driving your fancy car the Team Effort Network is paying for, relaxing, putting your kids in private school, being a stay-at-home mom, starting that other business that you always wanted to do, helping out your church, helping out your community. And the people around you are still suffering. They're still living the same life that they were living. They're still challenged, living paycheck to paycheck. Imagine how you would feel. And then they're going to look at you and they're going to say, why didn't you ever tell me? Why didn't you believe in me? Why didn't you give me an opportunity to ride the wave of success with you? Now I'm way down at the bottom with the masses. I don't get to be up at the top like you did. How come you never told me anything about it? I would have joined. If you'd have told me, I would have joined. Imagine if you had to have that conversation with your best friend or with your cousin or with your aunt or with your neighbor or with that guy down the street who you know is losing his house. Imagine how they're going to feel when they've been left out of the loop. You don't want to have that conversation. Oh, Pastor Denise, that made me sad just thinking about it. Back to you, Pastor.
Woo, girl, that was deep right there. That cut. Ooh, I hope that don't happen to anyone. I better tell y'all friends. Y'all know that would be wrong. Y'all know that would be wrong for you not to tell your friends and your family what you're doing. That's just wrong, y'all. But another thing that Keisha said, she said that to stay focused. She said that there's always something going on in the marketplace. But family, listen to this. Yes, that's true. There's always something else coming up. Another company is going to come and try to pull your focus. But guess what, family? We have CEOs that's been in the industry for 24 years, full time. They know the marketplace a lot better than a lot of us. And they're sitting at a position much higher than we are. So guess what? They can see what's coming. So let them watch out for that for us. They got that covered. They're the visionaries. They're the CEOs. They see what's coming up the pipe. Remember, they've been doing this 24 years. So don't worry about what's coming. They see it, and guess what? They're going to be prepared for it, and they're going to get us ready for it. So trust in the company, trust in the leaders, because they know exactly what they're doing and where this company is going. So family, just, buckle up, get ready, enjoy this ride, because it is just going to be life-changing for you, your family, and everyone else that you invite to be a part of it. Stay excited. Keep the momentum going in your team, family. Keep it going, because these are good days right here. Let me try to calm my little stuff down and go on to the UK and bring on Dr. Anita Poole with our book for today. Dr. Poole, are you there?
I am here. Can you hear me okay, Denise?
Yes, I can. How are you?
I am great. And my goodness, talk about momentum and talk about energy and excitement and wonderful products and absolutely incredible opportunity and opportunity that gets better and better and better as each day goes by, basically, because we have more and more news and more great things happening and more enhancements and more promotions and, oh my goodness, and more tools and videos and fantastic emails and updates and photos and oh my goodness me. And yes, our market is absolutely massive. In fact, you were asking Nikisha about some statistics, and that was absolutely great training. Thank you so much. Here's some startling facts, basically, just with our obesity and overweight issues that are happening around the world. Our Trim by 10 new drink, fiber, nutrition, weight loss, packed with nutrients, plus our Slim by 10 natural substances that can help increase the metabolism so you burn up the calories faster, decrease the weight, decrease the formation of fat cells, actually help to decrease the appetite, plus our vitamin D, vitamin E in our D power, our B vitamins in our B boost, our antioxidants in our Super 10, and our cell energy. All of these work synergistically. They all help. So they help both with well-being and they help with weight loss. So, the obesity and overweight issue is huge for us. $20 billion is the value of the USA weight loss industry. There are 100 million dieters. Now, that's when the last survey was done. So, it's even more now. Over 1.5 billion people are overweight in the world. That is between a third and a quarter, depending on which country. We only have a population in the world of about 7 billion, so 1.5 million on the last study, which would have been, 1 to 2 years ago when that study would have been conducted. We're probably, up to about 2 billion people in the world are overweight now. That is incredible. What that represents is a tenfold increase in obesity rates. That is why it's such a huge issue, and because it's not only affecting adults, it's affecting children. And of course, alongside these issues goes other issues, because if you're overweight, you're more likely to be diabetic, have high blood pressure, high cholesterol, have complications, even cancer. The rate of increase of cancer increases with obesity often. Not all cancers, but many cancers. So it's a huge, huge problem. And in actual fact, it's not a problem that's confined to just high-income groups or low-income groups. The low-income groups, yes, they do get overweight because they don't consider their diets quite so well. They don't perhaps spend their money on highly nutritious food. They are susceptible to the marketing from fast food companies. So yes, it's a huge, huge issue in both those who have less income, but it's also a huge issue with those who have a lot more income, because with income comes silly expenditure, and sometimes that silly expenditure, whether it's on alcohol, whether it's on sugary foods, that leads to the overweight issue. And with laziness, unfortunately, comes less activity, and that leads to an overweight issue. In fact, the USA is one of the highest, I hate to say this to you all, but it's one of the most obese nations in the high-income nations in the world. So you have a massive, massive opportunity. Here in the UK, we are also, sadly to say, the most obese nation in Europe. So, huge, huge, huge statistics these are. And some of these statistics, they're from scientific articles, not just ordinary paper articles, not just media articles, but you can even just go on the internet and you'll see you have a massive market for the overweight industry. So, let's get out there fast, 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 share the word, and let's, like Nikisha said, out there with enthusiasm. So, Amelia Earhart, who is one of the first women to actually fly the Atlantic, she said the most effective way to do it is just do it. Just go out there and do it. Aristotle said quality is not an act, it's a habit. And that's what we have here. We have a company that habitually brings out quality. Every single product is way ahead of anything else out there on the market because it's high quality, it's effective, and it's natural. Stephen Covey said, I'm not a product of my circumstances, I'm a product of my decisions. So it's just about make the decision to take the action, make the decision to order the products, make the decision to get into team effort network, make the decision to use the products, use the tools, and make the decision to come on the calls, plug into the team, and plug into what's happening, and plug into going out there and sharing this great opportunity, great products with other people. Ella Wheeler Wilcox said, always continue to climb. It's possible for you to do whatever you choose. If you first get to know who you are and you're willing to work with a power that's greater than yourself, to do it. And you know what that power is? That power is not only him from above, but it is also the power of this company, the power of these teams plugging into calls and plugging into everything that's going on. So Mark Twain said the secret of getting ahead is just get started and then keep going. Napoleon Hill said a goal is a dream with a deadline. So set yourself your deadline. Set yourself your deadline of what you're going to achieve for this week, this day, this hour, and then go out there and just do it. Back to you, Denise.
Wow. Dr. Anita Poole, thank you so much. Girl, we love you so much and appreciate everything you bring to the call. Your passion and your love and your excitement is just, it's wonderful. We do appreciate you. Well, family, you have had a great motivational Monday. Now, you take this information, do like Nikisha says, remember, motion and momentum are not the same. Stay focused, family. You know, get out there. What you have in your hands is priceless. You need to just go to work. And all you have to do, you know what your going to work is? Sharing. Share. Pick up the phone, call somebody, tell them all this great, wonderful news that you're a part of and where we're going here in 2015. For those on the East Coast team, we're doing a bowling, a team of a network team bowling event this Saturday at the Crofton Bowling Alley. So if you have not given me your name that you're going to participate in the bowling, you will not be able to bowl. So text me your name that you are going to bowl this week. And even if you do not want to bowl, we still encourage you to come out and bring your sprays, bring your flyers. I'm going to get permission to bring out banners into the bowling alley, and as Kiera and Sheila do that, decorate our table so we can build that momentum and bring everybody over to what we're doing, so we can be able to share the vitamin sprays out having a team event, bowling, and having fun. So the bowling event is this Saturday, 18th. We have to be at the bowling alley at 2:30. 2:30 Saturday. We have to be there at 2:30. So let's make it happen. Well, family, that's it for today. You know what I say at this point. Get on this phone and get out there and tell somebody all the great information you just heard. Someone is waiting to hear from you. Don't keep them waiting any longer. You know who they are. Go ahead and call that person you've been ignoring. Give them a call right now and share the great thing that's happening here and Team Ethic Network. And be back with us tomorrow morning to hear more great things of what's happened in 2015 as we're riding a wave of growth to 50 million in 18 months, family. 15 million as you're riding that wave of growth. Make sure you're riding with a great team. Thank you, family. Know this, you are loved and you are greatly appreciated. God bless you all and have a blessed day on purpose.